We look at the past and see bits and pieces. We find bones, shells, and footprints. These are fossils. They tell us about life a long, long time ago. But the story isn't complete. There are gaps, big gaps. These gaps are what people call missing links. A missing link isn't just one single fossil. It's more about the steps in between. Think of it like a photo album. You have pictures of a baby. You have pictures of an adult, but maybe you're missing the toddler years or the teenager years. Those are the missing links. They show us how something changed from one form to another. For a long time, finding these links was just about luck and hard work. Scientists would dig in the ground. They would study old rocks. They would hope to find something that fit in the gaps. And sometimes they did. Finds like Archaeopteryx showed us a creature with both bird and reptile features. It had feathers like a bird, but it also had teeth and a long bony tail like a reptile. That was a big discovery. It helped explain how birds might have evolved from dinosaurs. And then there's our own story. Human evolution has many of these missing links. We have fossils like Lucy Australopithecus afarensis. She walked upright. But her brain was small. She wasn't quite human as we know it today, and she wasn't quite an ape either. She was a step. Many steps like her are still hidden. We find new ones all the time. Homo naledi is a newer one. It complicates the story, it adds more branches. Why are these links missing? It's simple. Fossilization is rare. Most living things just rot away. They don't turn into stone. And even if they do, the ground moves. Mountains rise. And rivers cut through rocks, volcanoes erupt, earthquakes happen, old rocks get buried deep. Or they get worn away. So finding a fossil is like finding a needle in a huge moving haystack. And then, when we do find fossils, they are often broken or incomplete. A single tooth, a piece of a jaw, a fragment of a bone. It's hard to build a whole picture from just a few pieces. Imagine trying to understand a whole car from just one tire, or a steering wheel. It's tough, but now we have something new, something powerful. It's called artificial intelligence, or AI. And people are starting to wonder, can AI help us find these missing pieces? Can it predict what they look like? Can it tell us where to dig? It's a big question. And it's not a simple yes or no. First, let's talk a bit about what AI actually does. Forget the movie robots. Forget the scary stories. In its basic form, AI is about patterns. It's very good at seeing patterns in huge amounts of data, patterns that humans would never spot, or that would take humans thousands of years to find. Think of it like this. You have a giant pile of photos. Some are cats, some are dogs. A human can look at each photo and say cat or dog. But it takes time. An AI can be trained. You show it millions of cat pictures. You show it millions of dog pictures. You tell it, this is a cat, this is a dog. After a while, the AI learns what makes a cat look like a cat, and a dog like a dog. Then, you show it a new picture. It can tell you if it's a cat or a dog. It has learned the patterns. That's machine learning. It's a big part of AI. It doesn't think like us. It doesn't understand in the human sense. It just processes data. It looks for relationships. It makes predictions based on what it has learned. It's very fast. It's very thorough. And AI is already helping scientists. It's not just a future thing. In paleontology and evolution, AI is starting to play a role. It helps with sorting fossils. Imagine a vast collection of tiny bone fragments. An AI can quickly sort them. It can identify which bone belongs to which species. This saves paleontologists a lot of time they can use for deeper research. AI also helps with identifying species from images. Scientists take thousands of pictures of fossils, and AI can quickly go through them. It can help classify them. It can spot tiny differences between similar species. There are differences that might be too subtle for the human eye to catch easily. It can also help reconstruct ancient environments. AI can take data from old soil samples, or pollen, or ancient sea levels. It can then build models. These models show what the climate was like, what plants grew where, what animals lived there. This helps us understand the context of the fossils we find. It tells us about the world these ancient creatures lived in. Some scientists are even using AI to predict where to find fossils. They feed it geological maps. They feed it data on where fossils have been found before. They feed it information about rock types, about erosion patterns. The AI can then highlight areas that have a high chance of holding new fossils. This is a very new area, but it's exciting. It's about making the search smarter. So, how could AI specifically help with predicting missing links? This is where it gets really interesting. and a bit more speculative, but it's based on real possibilities. One big idea is predicting what an unknown animal might have looked like. Imagine you have fossil A, and you have fossil C fossil, lived a long time ago. And fossil C lived more recently, and we think C evolved from A, but we don't have fossil B, the one that was in the middle. An AI could learn from all the traits of fossil A, and all the traits of fossil C. It could also look at thousands of other evolutionary transitions. It could see how features typically change over time, how a leg might shorten, or a neck might lengthen, or teeth might change shape. It could then take all this information. And it could make a prediction. It could suggest what fossil B might have looked like, what its skeleton might have been like, what its skull might have been like. This is like filling in the blanks. The AI isn't pulling this out of thin air. It's basing its predictions on a huge amount of existing data. It's finding the most probable intermediate form. It might even be able to create a 3D model of this hypothetical creature. This would give paleontologists a target, a specific set of features to look for, and sometimes we have some DNA evidence, even ancient DNA. It's rare and it's often broken up, but if we can get enough of it, AI can help. It could compare the DNA of related species, it could trace the genetic changes. It could then predict the genetic makeup of an intermediate ancestor, what genes it might have had, what proteins it might have produced. This could then hint at its physical characteristics. Another way AI could help is by predicting where these missing links might have lived. We know certain animals lived in certain environments, we know how climates changed over millions of years. AI can model all this. It can take known fossil locations, it can take geological data, it can take climate data. It can predict areas that were suitable habitats for certain types of animals during certain time periods. Let's say we are looking for a specific type of early primate. We know roughly when they lived, and we know what kind of environment they preferred. AI could then scan maps of ancient Earth. It could look at what parts of the world had those conditions at that time. It could then point to specific rock formations or specific geographical regions, areas where we might have the best chance of finding their fossils. This is a powerful way to focus our efforts. Instead of digging everywhere, we dig where the data says we should. And it's not just about physical features. AI could also help us understand the behavior of these missing links. If an animal was in between a land animal and a sea animal, what did it eat? How did it move? How did it reproduce? By looking at related species and environmental factors, AI could build models of their likely behaviors. This helps create a more complete picture of the ancient world. It helps us understand the ecological role of these in-between creatures. But it's very important to be clear. This is not magic, it's not a crystal ball. There are huge challenges and big limitations. The biggest one is data scarcity. The AI needs lots and lots of data to learn, but fossils are rare, they are incomplete. They are spread out, we don't have millions of examples of every evolutionary transition. We have fragments, we have guesses. This is a big problem for AI. If the data is sparse, the AI's predictions will be less reliable. And the data we do have might be biased. We tend to find fossils in certain types of rocks, or in certain parts of the world. This means the AI will learn from this biased sample. It might miss entirely new possibilities. It might only suggest things that are already somewhat expected. And evolution often throws up surprises, things we could never have guessed. Can an AI truly predict something truly novel? Something completely out of the known pattern? That's a harder question. Also, AI is good at finding patterns within existing data. But evolution isn't always a smooth, predictable path. Sometimes there are sudden changes. Sometimes a lineage goes in a completely unexpected direction. How does AI handle these truly disruptive evolutionary events? It might struggle to predict something that breaks all the rules it has learned. And let's not forget the black box problem. Sometimes an AI will give you an answer. It will say, this is what the missing link looked like, but it won't always tell you why. It won't explain its reasoning in a human way. For scientists, understanding the why is often as important as the what. We want to know the evolutionary pressures, the genetic changes, the environmental context. Just getting a prediction without understanding the underlying mechanisms isn't enough. We need to be able to interpret and understand the evolutionary story. Finally, and this is crucial, an AI prediction is just that. A prediction, a hypothesis. It's not proof. You still have to go out and find the actual fossil. You still have to do the field work. You still have to dig. The AI can point the way. But it can't do the digging for you. It can't prove itself right. That still needs human effort. It needs careful scientific work in the field and in the lab. So, what does AI really offer then? It's a powerful tool. It's an assistant, it's an enhancer for human intelligence. It's not a replacement. It can speed up research. It can process mountains of data in a way that humans cannot. This frees up human paleontologists to focus on the big questions, to design new experiments, to interpret findings. It can suggest new avenues of exploration. It can give us educated guesses. These guesses can guide our search. They can make our fossil hunts more efficient. They can help us prioritize where to spend our limited time and resources. It can help us synthesize incredibly complex data. The history of life is not simple. It involves geology, climate, biology, genetics, and more. AI can pull all these different types of information together. It can look for connections that might be invisible to us. It means that the future of finding missing links will likely involve a partnership. It will be humans working with AI. Humans will ask the big questions. Humans will design the research. Humans will do the physical work of finding and analyzing fossils, and AI will be there to help. It will process the data. It will look for patterns. It will make predictions. It will give us a better chance of success. Looking ahead, we'll see more data being collected. New technologies will help us gather more information from fossils, from ancient rocks, from living species. This will give AI more fuel to learn from, and the AI algorithms themselves will get better. They will become more sophisticated. They will be able to handle more complex scenarios. And it will need a lot of teamwork. Geologists, biologists, computer scientists, paleontologists, all working together, each bringing their own expertise. The computer scientists will build the AI. The paleontologists will provide the data and the questions. The geologists will provide the context of the Earth. The goal isn't just to find more fossils. The goal is a richer, more complete understanding of life's history. To understand how every creature came to be, to see the incredible journey of evolution in more detail. So, could AI predict our evolutionary missing links? The answer is nuanced. It won't point to a single spot and say, dig here, the perfect fossil is 3 feet down. It's not that kind of prediction, but it can do something almost as valuable. It can help us narrow down the possibilities. It can give us a clearer picture of what we might be looking for. It can tell us which types of environments are most promising. It can help us understand the subtle changes that might have occurred. It will make the search for these elusive links smarter. It will make it more focused. It will accelerate our understanding of the long, amazing story of life on Earth. The missing links will still be found in the dirt, but AI might just tell us which dirt to dig in. And that's a pretty big step forward. It means we have a better chance to see the whole photo album, not just the beginning and the end.